I am joined by Bill Evans, who qualified for the Webcam Championship this Saturday, $3,000 on the line. Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, you qualified through Swiss points.
That's right. Yeah.
All right.
The
So
hard
you
way.
did pretty well at all three events, but not quite top four in any of them. Who did you play for each of the events?
First one, I think I did Amajiki, and then I was like, Amajiki's too squishy, so I switched to Burt 1, and I didn't figure out Burt 1 very well. And I was going to switch to Not, but I actually ended up using Godzilla, so in the last one.
And that Godzilla list, didn't you say that was designed actually for your son?
Yeah, yeah, I was he kind of lost interest a little bit after MHA 1 rotated out because he was playing Nomu. So I was like, how can I get him back in? And I was trying to play to his play style. And then we were at locals and we were playing in a store uh, thing, and everybody's like, why are you letting him drive the Cadillac? I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, let me try this deck out. And I was like, man, this deck is so consistent. It's crazy.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't see, I think we had you on stream a couple times, or at least once. It was like an all six check. Actually, I think you took out my
Yeah.
brother in the last round of Swiss. He was on a winning end with Bert
Yeah.
too. So it was kind of because of you that Bert two's not eroded now, and Nationals is ruined for everyone because you took out my brother in the last round of Swiss. You, you had
Yeah. It was really close. It was a really good game. And then I drew a hand. I played Citywide Rampage, two knockdown blows, that one throw card that nobody seems to know about, the wall,
Mhm.
and then I think it was a female Titan. And on the it was crazy. Oh, and then of course you got the league interview to get the +1 floating to your attack. So
Yeah, double city rampage, double knockdown blow. That'll kill most people. So how did you get into Universus from the beginning?
So my son comes up to me one day and he's like, "Dad, I know you really like board games. There's this new game coming out. Well, I didn't know about Universus at the time, but he was like, "This new My Hero game coming out. We could start it right when it starts." And I said, "It's a card game." And I said, "Well, is it a LCG or is it a CCG?" And I looked it up real quick and I was like, I was like, "Oh man, you don't know what you're asking." And yes, let's do it. I'm in. So I bought a box and a Clash deck right away. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know how to make a deck. Um, Went online, found Ty's House of Cards. He had these budget decks at the time. We were able to get pretty close to the budget decks, and then I went to a first locals where they were doing the game. I showed up at a tournament, and I was like, "I'm sorry, my son and I, we don't know how to play this game. Can you show us?" And they were very patient, and they showed us, and it just kind of took off from there. Oh, and then I was so that was back when it first started up, obviously, and then
Yeah.
I was actually going to Vegas to meet my ex wife to give her Logan for the summer, and it turns out we were meeting that week, and the weekend before was Vegas regional. I was like, cool, we'll drive out there a little early, do the regional, and then you know we can do the exchange. So that was awesome.
Yeah, it's nice when life lines up perfectly like that. So you guys got in at the beginning of MHA. Had you ever played a CCG before Universus?
um, I played what was it, Star Wars Destiny with the dice, and that was a lot of fun, but it was a pain because there was a ton of dice to try to lug around.
Yeah.
But uh, I was open to it, but I was trying to stay away from it at the same time too, because there's you're chasing cards, you're trying to get build decks and whatever. But it's been a ton of fun so far. So
It can be a money pit. So who's your favorite
yeah.
Universus character that you've played and your favorite attack?
My current favorite, I've got a not the Brave deck, and probably Smashing Stomp. A lot of the attacks I like do check hacking, So
Hmm.
like Black Abyss does a check hack, Um, I try to string out here in Colorado. We play super aggro. So we're instead of saying, "Oh, I should try to sculpt my hand and build more and defend," if we try to play that way here, we just die. So we just figure out how to kill them.
Yeah, not the brave can do that. We saw that in one of the events. The next person, I mean,
Yeah.
Gavin Kell, I think, topped with not the brave. All right, what's your hottest universes take? Something that everybody watching this is gonna think that you are dead wrong about, but you believe anyway.
um, Probably. I don't know. I think. Well, I don't know if they'll think I'm wrong or not, but I think if they're gonna do the promos, they should try to when they do it as a reprint and like update it to the current set so that it's not going to rotate out. Um, and then because I understand that if they don't have the IP, they can't do the same card or whatever. But you could just a lot of cards could kind of fit with different IPs if they have the ability to do that. And then, oh, here's something people won't agree with though. If you're gonna try to pick a promo that and you want it to be like people are going to be excited about it, then pick the ones that are really pricey and or harder to get because they're just not available, and then do a reprint on one of those.
Okay, okay, yeah, get some pump some more stock in, and have guarantee value for your promos because you know that these are the expensive cards. Like a walk the, are you
Yeah,
saying like a walk the dog promo? Hey, let's make a solo or yeah, let's make a critical role walk the dog.
yeah, or deception dagger, or something. Because I mean, characters with daggers, that's going to be hard to find, or
Right, right.
something like that.
All right, what's an IP that Universes should add?
I would really like to see some of the older stuff, like maybe like King of the Hill or Futurama, Firefly, Serenity, or maybe Demon Slayer. That'd be kind of cool.
All right. Firefly. Yeah, we watched that. I watched that as a teenager and I have not watched it. It's been 10 plus years since I've watched Firefly, but I remember really liking it. And then they had a movie too.
Yeah,
And then they never made season two.
yeah, it was very disappointing. But it's an old enough IP. I think that it could be coming up for availability soon.
Yeah, I could see that one. Cheap, nostalgia, get some players in. If you
Yeah.
stop playing Universes, it will be because of what?
If I stop playing, it'll be because, and I'm sure they'll do an errata or they'll do a ban or something. But if it gets to the point where it's you have to play this specific deck, or or a card that's just ridiculously priced, otherwise you can't compete, you can't win, you can't play more than casually, then I'll probably fall out at that point. But honestly, I'm going to be in it for a while. So I'm pretty
Okay.
excited about Critical Role coming out, and some of the other the turtles, and some of the other. I'm excited with the OP too, because it seems like there's a lot of opportunity for um, regionals and stuff. I'm hoping that there's something that happens closer to Colorado, within driving distance, hopefully. But yeah, no, I'm excited with the opportunities that it seems to be could happen.
Yeah. Hey, driving distance to Colorado is probably driving distance of me too, so I'd be down. Um,
Nice.
I don't know. I mean, 6 hours away. But for me, I consider anything under like 10 hours like, okay, that's driving distance.
Yeah.
What's a character you're leaning towards for the event? And then if not that one, which character do you think will actually win the event?
Um. Well, for this one, I did better than I really should have. I got to stick with the Godzilla for this one. I'm looking at Godzilla -1 to try to throw in some Life Attune stuff. I'm gonna play with that, but I don't have a lot of practice with it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I think probably something like if there's an aggro Rodan or Bert 2, they're probably gonna take it.
Okay. Godzilla -1. If you win with Godzilla -1, we got to like double the prize money or something. That would be so cool. But Godzilla, actually, like I think you're my ninth person to talk with, and I haven't heard Godzilla yet. So,
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you could be the lone Godzilla in the top 16, which has as we saw, a pretty good Burt matchup. You beat my brother, and then you almost beat Sam, I think, in top 8.
Yeah.
You were pretty close, came up just short, but both of you were going to qualify on Swiss points for this event anyway. But any last shout outs before I let you go?
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out to my locals at Game Night Games and Petrie's Family Games, and yeah, just thanks for the interview. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited for this weekend. So
Perfect. All right. Well, if you want to root on Godzilla and Bill, whether that be New Godzilla or Godzilla -1, tune in to Tam's Twitch Saturday at 10 a.m. We'll see you there.